Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Minecraft update video here on the channel, and you are going to have to prepare your eyes this video because there are some important tweaks and changes. Snapshot 17w06a has been released. It is the first snapshot of the new year and the first for Minecraft 1.12, but we are in a 1.11 world right now, and before we update to 1.12 I wanted to show you these colours for the last time because we're going to have to say goodbye to them. Now, nothing drastic has changed. Orange is not now green and green is not now blue. There have been some slight tweaks to the saturation and brightness of each of these colours, and the texture looks slightly different because of that as well. So before we go into 1.12 and check out the change, I just wanted to show you all the colours one last time here. So here we go, we're in the new snapshot and you can see the colours in front of you right now. With some of them it's going to be quite obvious, like orange. That one looks a lot more saturated and bright, doesn't it? Whereas some other ones like pink and the greys over here kind of look the same as before, but I think most of them have at least been tweaked a little bit. Purple right here really kind of pops out. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of this just because this is a replacement for the old textures. Those ones are gone. There are some new blocks in this update, but these ones right here are permanently changed. Now, it's not just the wall colours that are changed. It is the colours of sheep. They will now correspond with the new change, as will banners as well. And I've also put some glass at the top here as well. And I was doing some side-by-side comparisons. And I tell you, if they have changed the colour of the glass, it is the slightest little tweak, because they look practically identical. And this block here, by the way, is hardened clay, if you were wondering, just so you can sort of compare the colours one to the other. And do you know what? I thought a side-by-side comparison would be a good idea. So I've taken a screenshot from 1.11 and 1.12, and that's what you're looking at right now. 1.12 is at the top, 1.11 at the bottom. So there are 3 new block types in this game. All of them have 16 different colours, and we're going to check out 2 of them first of all. This is concrete powder, and when it makes contact with water it turns into concrete, and both of those can come in 16 different colours. Now, this is a gravity block like sand or gravel. It's going to fall down when we remove the piston head, so let's go ahead and do that, and into the water it goes, and you can see that it has turned into concrete. It's also removed the water that was there as well. Now, all it has to do is come into contact with water, so let's make a little pillar like this, and then let's put the bucket on the side. It's going to flow down. You can see all of the different blocks changing to concrete. When we place one at the top here, it's going to remove the block that's there, but there's water on the side, so it instantly gets turned into concrete. Now, here are the different colours over in this chest. The only way to turn them into concrete is by using water, and the way to craft this stuff is quite simple. You have to put sand or gravel in the corners, so you can do this either way. You could have gravel in the corners, we've gone for sand, and then you put your dye in the middle, so that will make you 8 of the white stuff. This one will make you 8 of the pink stuff, and you know how the dyes work. That one gives you the blue stuff. The third block is known as the terracotta block, and this one's kind of crazy. There's going to be a lot to take in here. So first of all, let me explain how you make this. You start off by smelting clay that has been stained with a different colour or dyed, however you want to word it. This is red hardened clay right here, and it will give us the red terracotta. Now, that's going to take a moment, so let's just jump into the creative menu, and you can see all of them right here. They are some crazy textures. I know what you're thinking, what's going on here? This is quite a bold move from Mojang, I think, because this is very unlike something that's been done in Minecraft before, and it's kind of versatile as well. So I placed a few of those down, but you can also place them in other directions like so, and you can make little patterns with them. Like that, we've made a little ring. Pretty cool, right? Let's check out some of the other ones. This stuff is crazy, I tell ya. You can arrange it in different ways and come up with different patterns from them, which is pretty cool. You can see there's a whole bunch of different ones I did here. So they are directional blocks. You can also use the textures on the side to do vertical ones as well. However, it becomes a little bit of a pain to figure out how to place these when you're doing it that way. So they are the terracotta blocks. Pretty spectacular, and you probably want to see all of them right now. Well, it's a good thing I made this over here because we've got all of the new blocks along with some of the old ones put together. And what I'm going to do is zoom in on the terracotta blocks and fly above so you can sort of take in the texture here. And while we're doing so, I want to say this is a bold move by Mojang. This is an interesting way to do building, but these textures are very different from what we've seen in the game before. So it's going to be interesting to see how people react to them. Personally, I'm not so keen on them. They are cool and interesting, but I'm not sure they fit into the game the way I see it. But I'm not going to overreact. I'm going to wait and see how things go. They're going to tweak and change some of these ones. In fact, I think it's the cyan one, the one with the creeper face on. Apparently you can make a swastika out of it, and they've decided that they don't want that in the game, which is reasonable, I think, and that they're going to change the texture there. So we can expect to see some tweaks and changes. Also up the top here, we've got the concrete powder, and below it the concrete. And if you're thinking, well, that's pretty much the same color as the wall, why would you add that in? It's because it's a very plain texture right there. You can barely see any texture at all, and that's something players have been asking for a long time. Flat colors to build with, and now they've got them. Unfortunately though, not with slabs and stairs. Moving on from blocks, we got another feature here which I think is absolutely fantastic. You are now able to load hotbars. Check out my hotbar at the bottom of the screen. That is so cool. Imagine you wanted to do some redstone or build a rail or spawn in some mobs or do some building or just play survival. You can flick between all of those down there very quickly, which is going to be so powerful for so many players, especially when building. And you can see that the creative inventory screen has now been reorganized a little bit for our saved toolbars. Now you can't really interact with this stuff that much. You can't place items onto these save hotbars. You've got to do it using the hotkeys, but you can take items out of them, and you can have 9 in total. So there's all of my 9 right there. The way that you would save one is by pressing Control and then a number 1 to 9. So if I press Control 1, this has now been saved over 1, and I press Shift and 1 to load it. So let's load a different one and then press Shift and 1, and we can load that. Now what's even cooler about this is it's not exclusive to this world. This is like your player's saved toolbars profile. So when you log on to a different server, if it's a creative one, you'll be able to take your toolbars with you. So I've logged into one of our snapshot testing worlds, and I'm going to press Shift and 1 for the first time, and check it out, it loads them, right? So we can go into different worlds, different servers, and you can bring them all with you. I think that is an absolutely fantastic feature. Have you ever tried to place paintings in Minecraft and found it to be a pain in the backside? Well, now it's much easier. It's always going to try and make the biggest one possible. So if I put it here, we're going to get the largest size painting. And it's going to rotate between the different ones that you can do, as you can see. Now if we place this closer to the ground, we'll get a smaller one, and it's going to try and take up as much space as it can. So this means if you want to place the smaller ones, what you need to do is make a shape like that, put down your painting, and then you got a 2x1, and if you want to make a 1x1, you just need to place blocks around like that. I think that's really smart. That's going to save people a lot of time, and it's going to make it far easier to get these big ones as well. You may also want to know that maps have been affected as well, and this is an image that someone on Reddit shared where they had made an image using a map out of coloured wool, and their image had changed. The left is the before, the right is the after, and you can see their image isn't quite as nice as it was before. One last thing to mention, I've just been doing some editing, and I'm calling these blocks terracotta blocks, which they are, but actually their official name is glazed terracotta. Just skimmed over a word there. Don't know why, but that's just me, right? Glazed terracotta. Anyway, that's it from me this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do leave a like. As always, thank you so much for your support on this channel. I'm looking forward to 1.12. It's here. The first snapshot is pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. But that's it from me this video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.